Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you're wondering, hey, Porcelain, didn't you just, like, finish Doki Doki Literature Club? The answer is yes. What we're gonna do here is we're going to try to get all Natsuki stuff, because if you go onto the desktop, into the pictures, there's like all these different pictures that you can get throughout the game. So like you can get Sayori's poems, Natsuki's poems, first, second, and third one. You can get Yuri's poems. You can get an unusual poem by Yuri, Monika's first poem, Monika's second, Monika's third, continuation of Monika's first poem, appearing only in Act 2, Monika's final message. And then we get to like these acquisition procedure ones. So like we got Sayori, so we got write a poem for Sayori, and then write a poem for Sayori in both the first and second poem games. Choose to help Yuri, reply I loved it to Sayori's confession, and then just like a couple of other stuff. So we're gonna try to get all of Natsuki's ones this run. And then this is Act 1, write all 3 poems for Yuri. In Act 3, delete Monika's character file before she begins her monologue, which is what I did. In Act 1, call Sayori to help her during Natsuki's argument. Tell Sayori you'll still walk home with her. Review the file poem words for any anomalies. Select a corrupted word during the poem game. So there's like all these like cool stuff you can unlock. So we're going to try to do that. And we'll like probably be skipping a lot of the dialogue, because like there's really no reason for us to review the dialogue again. So if you're wondering, so if you are wondering what it is like to play this game, watch parts 1 through 4. We're also going to be doing the like mini side stories, although I don't know like when we'll actually like get to them. So here we go. So we're going to try to go for Natsuki here. Oh no, we're not gonna get perfect poem. Again, parfait of interest music, probably candy, probably fluffy, like twirl, skirt. Just like trying to find like all the cute ones. There's also one to like get 20 seconds, but because I'm like there's an achievement to try to get to go through the poem in less than 20 seconds, which you can do. I don't know who if I'm accidentally gonna get the wrong person though. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monika. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it unless you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Porcelain. Consider this a lesson straight from Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly don't just stand there. Also, if you're wondering what that is, it's like Tokyo Mew Mew is like a Mo type thing. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats at the ground next to me, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that! You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing really important or really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a typical slice of life affair. I kind of grow out of these, since it's rare for writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. Do you think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with Guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Ahaha. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read it on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Ahaha. Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ahaha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express it in words, the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry, I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish the one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow. I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, okay. And now we can skip through all this. We'll do Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only that if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing it in the first place? I wrote this when I could have just been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Irk! Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she likes my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. And then that's the eagle one. And then we've already had this conversation. This is a good poem, Porcelain. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one, blah blah blah. We'll go with Yuri next. And now we'll go with Monica. I like it, Porcelain. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ahahaha. Oh geez. No, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Ahaha, if you say so. Yep. There are lots of poems or stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. But you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure it'll end up blah blah blah. Oh, this is the fight. We'll side with Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with a few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over. And Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, I did, didn't it? Or it did, didn't it? Ahaha. Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. And sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticisms can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Porcelain. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about, Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? And surprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with everyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Porcelain. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we get a little too used to. So my joining the club is responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home, so we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monika. About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monika's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. And we can skip through all this. Okay, okay, wrong one. Giggle. Marshmallow's probably you. Oops, probably you. Okay. Uh-oh. Shit. Oh, Ribbon is her. Okay. Time to skip all this. Alright. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pull the first volume of Perfect Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know? I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. The chapter ends when Minori and Alice found Monica! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Eh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teachers got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. As someone who's short, I understand this. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, this is so inconvenient. I'm moving all these back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs a stool from the wall and unfolds it. I also have a step stool for these exact situations. Think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoop one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah. The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Wah! Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez. No need to prove yourself to me. There is no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? Sigh. I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. The classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, but I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Ush! Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. There we go. See, I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. What? The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. Oh no. God. I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arm around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Porcelain, I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What were you looking at? You're trying to look at my Natsuki's leg shake. I'm not, I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv. You set me up. This is like a common trope, if you don't know. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Yeah! This scene turns to chaos in a split second. The chair flies for Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands, and the box goes flying. I got you! Crash. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. Ugh. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. Kick! She presses her arms strained to me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize that it's not the floor that's beneath her. Gross! A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica, see what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Ahaha. Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total perv. So I hope you're happy. I didn't. Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no. I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. Oh no, is it creased? There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. Oh no. It must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gets up and slams the book shut and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Oh, no, she's crying. Natsuki, are you? No! Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the creases out, okay? It's partially my fault, so. Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just, every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't pressure her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on that one once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. This sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I could do. The next couple minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. Ahaha. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. That thing about cheering me up, if you insist. Aw, cute. We sit in the same spot as last time and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monica gets her attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? Told you. Yeah. I return to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? We'll do Natsuki. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. Ugh, this wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously, you think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, you... Natsuki's face freezes just like she's realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Porcelain, did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No. I just told her that. My voice caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day, too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Porcelain? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. Ahaha. I don't understand Monica's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monica's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Did you read this, Monica? Of course, I liked it. Ugh! You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that, eh? But Porcelain wrote this poem, and we're supposed to share with everyone, right? Ugh! Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Porcelain is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. If you insist... What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Ugh, never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori, and she hasn't gone to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Porcelain is right, Natsuki. It's not fair that you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's going to like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. And it's Amy Likes Spiders, and we can skip all this. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can, too. You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow, too, okay? Alright, I will. We'll go Sayori. We'll just go down the line now. Oh! I like this one, Porcelain. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know? Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most, but sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Porcelain. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Yeah, okay, so this is just all about those certain poems. Are you still mad at me? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday? Because reading this poem? Now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please, it makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. And we'll go to Monica. Hi again. That was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you have been getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. I do remember this one. Wait. The noise then won't stop. Violent grating waveform, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Okay, we can skip all this. Again, if you want to know what the hell all this is, watch parts 1 through 4. Oh! Okay, so we know what happens when we go, I would still walk home with Sayori, but that's for... Just wait, let me actually save this right here. Because I just need to check. Oh, and we unlocked 2 more side stories. Cool. Oh, and we got another one. Select the word quiet during the poem game. Artwork done by Satchley to celebrate Valentine's Day 2019. Cool. Write a poem for Natsuki. Write a second poem for Natsuki. Okay, so this is all like Act 1 stuff, I think. Okay, and then we don't have anything so far in terms of sketches. Okay, give me a second, because I know 1 we unlocked 3 write 3 poems in Act 1, write 3 poems for Yuri. Call Sayori. Tell Sayori still walk home with her. Okay, so we gotta tell Sayori we won't walk home with her. Because then we might get another drawing thing. Oh no, I didn't want a new game. No, no. I would walk home with Natsuki. Walking home with Natsuki, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, I think I would be afraid of what she'd do to me if I turned her down. Isn't she so cute and fun to be around? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Ahaha, you admitted it. Jeez. That's not even any point speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I'd just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, festival's only a few days away. Okay, skirt. Probably pink, cause her, yeah. Okay, wrong one. Shit. Ribbon, I know, is her. Probably skipping, yeah. Probably sugar. I know boob's her as well. Wow, lipstick. Okay, parfait. I know it's you. I know milk's you. Marshmallow's you. Okay. Probably. Oh, nope. Swimsuit? Is he okay? Pop's probably you, yeah. And guess headphones, yeah. Candy, yep. We can skip all this. Hey you. Eh? I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't that much time, so... sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything. It's not like I'm worried. I was just... Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer. Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. Also, we will go back and, do Yuri's Act 1 portion, and then we'll have to go through the game again, looking up, like, what's Monika's things, and then doing Monika as well. Now you're making me feel like a jerk, because I don't think Sayori appears in Act 2. If something's bothering you, then you can just tell me to leave you alone, and I will. I mean, assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything. She practically mumbles the last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori, that's all. Sayori? Thinking about her? Yeah, she seems pretty down today. But she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her. Oh, Natsuki exhales. Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right? Well, I guess that's true. I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important. Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes. Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious. Yeah. I should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book she's holding in her hands. She really means a lot to you, doesn't she? Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were worried about me, so... I was not. Geez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already. Yeah. We'll do Natsuki. Let's see. You're certainly enthusiastic today. Of course. You know I like your writing. I'm just surprised. Seems like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before. Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about. Natsuki. What? You're not very confident about your writing, are you? Eh? But what are you talking about? Her writing is obviously the best, right? It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too. Right? Porcelain, please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just please tell me I'm the best. I just need to hear that from someone. Oh, poor Natsuki. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I never shared my poems before this. Natsuki, because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing my poems if people just laugh and say, that's so cute, just like you, Natsuki? Sometimes I don't want to be cute, but nobody understands that. I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter, the emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want... Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki. If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it. Don't read it. Before I can pick it up again, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk. It's not any good, and I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay? But I want to read it. Why? Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more amateur than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. But sometimes she's so focused on the simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought about how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're a lot more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clenches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. But finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table. You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now. Okay, I will. Oh, it's a different poem! Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all of my heart, but what do I do when it's torn all apart? My faith is a little bit stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you. Aww. Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad. No, it's not that I don't like it. It was just a little surprising to read. Or I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you. Don't just say that, dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say. Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I mean, I always mean well. And I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it. Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so... Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does. Just remember that I can think these things sometimes too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful. Ah, I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hands and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with their assertion. I don't want it. Why not? I just don't. Jeez. I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in that case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it. Good. If you didn't, I would... Never mind. I'm glad that you want it. Natsuki backpedals on her words and leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself. That's all for now, so go put it away before someone sees it, okay? Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. We'll do Sayori next. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki. Huh? I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends, just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Porcelain. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now. If you insist. I have to read your poem, dude. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? Okay, so we never get a third poem from Sayori. I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Alright, next one. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should leave her be for now. Alright. Hello. Sticking with the Natsuki style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? That's... Oh, come on, Porcelain. It's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the clubroom every day, pretending to like the manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. Eh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Porcelain. It's not that Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who's indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I just didn't want to admit it. So I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki's kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her in the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Monica smiled sweetly. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. And it's the lady who knows everything. And we can just skip through all this. I will go with Natsuki. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And as you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people. Don't worry, baking is a lot of fun. You'll definitely agree. Eh? Just a minute ago you were saying that's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all. Fuck. That's good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little bit hard not to feel bad. So that's everything, right? Anything else you want to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes. Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome. I don't think that really counts. What about you, Porcelain? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking. Natsuki starts pouting, too. It's not... I mean, that's not that big of a deal or anything. Well, it might not be just that. I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little too underappreciated in general, having to come up with something for her to do, and then nobody offering to help. That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look, Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here, and you're going to help make the event a little more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're going to make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori's always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, but I'm staying here a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today, so fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? We still need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gone home and realized that you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Gee, it's a good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait, you're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean, I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would go to your house. Yeah, right. Like I could have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me. Really? That's kind of strict if you're asking me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Oh, there's an abuse subplot here. Anyways, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah, I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I'd act like in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, so. Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki is going to be... Okay. We can just skip that. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is this the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. But until then, I won't be able to take my mind off it. I seriously can't wait. Meanwhile, Sayori. Depression and self-hate. Okay, it's all good. I'm getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki coming to visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using a ton of emoji and cute language. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, there we go. We're gonna skip through all the Sayori stuff. I spent only a few minutes back at home, anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door to let her in. Sup? I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Geez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I don't want to come all this way to find out that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked you to, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients, so if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. I need to take a drink, because this is going to be a long talking section. Because this is all going to be new stuff we haven't seen until we get to Sayori, like, killing herself, so. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What, you're not even going to offer to take this heavy bag for me? Where's your hospitality, Porcelain? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Ugh. This is ridiculously heavy. Ahaha, I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. It seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? Every fucking short person hates being short. I have yet to meet a short person who didn't wish they were taller. It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. No, I agree, Natsuki, I agree. What are you making me say? Don't you think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school? Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you're just speaking your mind like that. Hey! Now you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be a little nicer to you, you know? And just because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Natsuki catches her words, and her face turns red. Natsuki, forget it. I didn't say anything. I should apologize. I appreciate that you're trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours. How would you know that anyway? Just trust me on this one. Fucking smooth. Gross. Hey, what was that to me? Who else? Man, let's just get started already. Aha, you get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Porcelain. Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking. Porcelain, where did you put the food coloring? The batter is going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays. I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for? To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite. Aw, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing? Do you want to? You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so... Come on, you're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have some fun? I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that does look pretty cool. See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end Listen, it wouldn't be me reading if I didn't fuck up a sentence here or there. It's a million times more worth it in the end if just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up. Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki's proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah, maybe I will use the food coloring then. Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring. Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing. Eh? The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying? Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer. Geez, I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look. Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back. You really need to beat the crap out of it. After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved. See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. I get the buff Natsuki memes now. Is it from this? Is it from her, like, baking icing? And, like, baking? Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. Ugh. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Oh, wow. This is, Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know? Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. What are you about to do? What is it with fingers and mouths? I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Literally, he does this in every scenario. It's weird. Her face is entirely red. Porcelain, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking? Just like that. Well, why did you put her finger in your mouth, idiot? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Oh no, we're the fire alarm. Oh no, where the fire alarm starts going off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Sorry, I have to clean my glasses. Fuck. Have you ever just like been so into baking and like not baking that then your baking catches on fire? Oh my god. What is this game? This game is so weird. Okay, Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. Cough. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah, the tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened. Ah, that smells so good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look at how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. I think Monica is the best. Is the best of the girls. I have to say my favorite Sayori. Maybe because I'm a depressed bitch too, but Sayori's my favorite. I think I like Natsuki more than Yuri now, because Natsuki's just fun. Yuri's a little too intense for me, is what I learned last time. Although that was, like, I haven't played her Act 1 section yet. So, I've only played her Act 2 section. So that might be why she was, like, a bit crazy. I don't know, though. Here, scoop the icing into these bags. Natsuki hands me some plastic bags. I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make it flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though. What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others. That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns, or like write. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Wow! It's like I didn't... It's like I didn't. It's like I wrote this game. I didn't write this game. Like happy birthday or whatever. Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually. Well, it's a literature event, right? We can make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the word they like. I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so of all the girls, Yuri is the worst, I think. I mean, fair, I don't like Monica, but I haven't played Monica's, like, poem section yet. Like, in my blind playthrough, I did Sayori in Act 1, Yuri in Act 2, and then I deleted Monica before I could talk to her in Act 3. That's when we're doing a full Natsuki run. Next one, we'll probably do a full Yuri run, which, like, because we'll be able to skip all of pretty much Act 2 with Yuri, it'll be great. And then we'll do a Monica run. Because, like, they all should go pretty quickly after this. Ahaha. Maybe I'm getting it from you. But what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute. Come on. We're not at school. Nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. The amount of men who've told me this in my life, I fucking hate. Well, Natsuki's voice trails off. Same with you. Eh? Did you say something? No, nothing. Let's just do the icing. Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens the novel into each of the bags. There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it. Without giving me a chance to think about before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work. Look at how pretty they are together. Yeah, they are, aren't they? I wish I could have one now. Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that. Well, yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite. Hey, we like the fucking abuse side plot. It's really interesting seeing all the side plots that happen, because Sayori is, like, about suicide. Yuri is about self-harm. And, like, Natsuki, from what I've been able to pick up, is, like, about abuse, apparently. Ahaha, Sayori is the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already, and she would still eat dinner. Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping, if Monica is the most realistic, haha. Even when Sayori understands that she's a game, she follows the same path as Monica. Yeah, I think that's, like, due to being the president, though, of the club. And it's, like, a program glitch with being the president. And Monica, like, is just fourth wall breaking. I don't know if she's really realistic. Then again, like, other than Monica, like, being kind of, like, really possessive, I haven't played her side yet, so I don't know what her whole thing is. But with her, like, being really possessive, you know. I don't know, Monica's just a bit much. I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner. Ah, already? That's a shame. It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance. Man, as usual, Natsuki places blame on me. You can bring in cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori can carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip. Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any. Ahaha, I wish she would just listen to me the way she listens to you. Ah, yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all. Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today. You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. Just like that, Natsuki's already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? You literally pinned her to the floor. I think you got closer to her. Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Eh? What you said before, about not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over any time, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere, do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah, I want to spend more time with you. Porcelain, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Staying inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel soft breaths against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori! Eh? Hi, Porcelain. Sayori. Just now we weren't... It's okay, Porcelain. I just stopped by to say hi. Well... how unbearable Sayori is in this point. No! Dude, that's not okay to say, like, at any point. No, no. Also, you've obviously never dealt with a depressed person, have you? Or dealt with a person who's suicidal, because, dude, that's not even a funny joke. Like, I understand it's a video game, but that's not okay to joke about, even. You should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so. Aw, really? That's too bad. Yeah, well, I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly frustrated, Natsuki hurries off and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, okay, we can skip this. And we'll do You'll Always Be My Dearest Friend, because we already did the I Love You. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Ahaha. Is that what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. It's just my punishment, remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know more... you really do know me better than anyone, Porcelain. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So, Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Oh no. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Yep. So, suicide. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way, blah blah blah. About how I basically turned down her confession, that makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? That's in regards to Sayori. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? I'm guessing like checking on her. And yep, there it is. Again. So. Yay! And we can train down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me blah blah blah. And gave her what I know she wanted most out of our relationship. That I could have prevented this. See, the thing is there's nothing he could have done either way. So, yeah. So we're going to exit and see what comes up now. Okay, music is all still that. Pictures. Natsuki's special poem acquired by writing all 3 poems for her. choose to help Natsuki for festival preparations. Protagonist kitchen. Some concept sketches from Natsuki's second CG. Due to the scene's lack of realism and general absurdity, it was a challenge to get Natsuki's angle correct, especially in perspective alignment with the background. In Act 1, write all 3 poems for Natsuki. Okay, and then in Act 2... Oh, no, in Act 1, write all 3 poems for Yuri. Okay. And then that's... interesting. That this is Act 1 as well. But then... But those 2 must be Yuri as well. Interesting. All right, let's... Well, no mail. We'll go through all the files again. Attributions. Happy thoughts. Trace back. Just easier if I deleted her. Blah, blah, blah. No insecure directory, which is all same. These are all stuff I can't do. Okay, let's see now if any of these have files. At this point. And then we'll go on with the next act. Meeting notes 3. Okay. So that was something we unlocked yesterday, was meeting notes 3. We can't access it though. Okay. It's gonna be, oh, track name ideas. Okay, we've already looked at that one. I know that one was one, meeting notes 2. Okay, that one's new. I think so anyways. So I wonder if these are like all different scenarios that could happen, maybe? Because I know there's 2 achievements. Project Plan. Okay, there's 2 achievements that are related to like hidden notes. So I think that's what would be in the internal one. And then also there's an achievement related to listening to the music player for 20 minutes on your desktop. And there's also an achievement for never exiting DDLC, which is really interesting. That's probably one of the reset ones. This game has like quite a few achievements to do. And it's not like they're hard, but they're definitely more than one playthrough. Like Control was like all one playthrough. You really don't need to like go back in the game to do them. Like right now I think I still have that only one achievement to do. MES. Okay, that one's new. I think. I don't think I've seen that one before. DDLC, okay, we already saw that one. I know that. Because all the text files stay between your saves. It's only like the image files that go and change. See, and what's different is this one doesn't have a 0 folder. This starts at 1 through 5, not 0 through 5, like everyone else. So I wonder what's up with that. Or I wonder if it's like something of you have to open like these in a correct like order and it's a code, maybe? I don't know. That I'm still a bit confused about. But that's okay. Oh, 14. I think we had that one before. Okay. Okay. So that's all we have there. We got the poem words. So we got Sayori's. Words, S point, N point, Y point. So it's the word. I don't know what S, N, and Y mean. But we have Sayori's words, Natsuki's words, Yuri's words. Oh, I have to use Doki Doki at some point. That's another thing. Also, I do wonder what happens if you delete Monica at this point. But see, I don't want to have to repeat the first thing of the game, though, to do that. So I'll just do that next time, maybe. And just rushing through everything. Yes. Content warning suicide. Okay, it's still that one. Dope. Okay. Headphones, marshmallow, puppy, probably cheeks. Laugh. Doki Doki. Oh, no. I didn't know which one, though. Would have been hers in that one. Just using the ones that I remember. Probably, yeah, Party Is You. Probably Valentine, yep. So we'll see if anything's different. Ugh! I hear Natsuki's utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach in case she needs a hand. Yep, this is different! Content warning! Discussion of abuse and neglect. Here we go. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. She never put my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it unless you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know, anyway? Or how did? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga and a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. For Fae Girls. It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass in that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice, but I'll tell you one thing, Porcelain. Consider this a lesson. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? And I guess it's either be close together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scoots an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't expect to be sitting this close to her either, not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few sections before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her pre-ring over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. A typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. Oh, this dialogue's different. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. So her dad does, like, physically abuse her. Yay, domestic violence. No domestic violence. Please don't. I flip the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Oh, and she's not sleeping. Oh, hey. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Oh, geez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. Oh, because her dad doesn't feed her. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... Okay, so I wonder then how Yuri's is different from the second half. Anyways, she doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Porcelain. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? We'll do Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday, blah, blah, blah. We'll do Yuri next. We'll just skip through this because it's all the same. I like it, Porcelain. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ahaha. Oh, geez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write, and she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Ahaha. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Ahaha. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. That explains why. Cool. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Yeah, because she doesn't have any blood sugar to keep her going. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? That does explain it. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem? We'll skip all that. And again, we'll side with Natsuki. Yeah, I know. And then, hi, Monica. Hey, Porcelain. Why don't we step outside for a bit, okay? Okay, spinning. Hello, Nezuko-chan. How are you? Probably lollipop. Probably socks. Probably fireworks. Sparkle. Probably hope. Nope, fuck. I messed it up. That's okay. Probably friends. Sweet. Sugar. Pink. Boop. Marshmallow. Kitty. Milk. Blanket. Skirt. Bubbles. Precious. Sing. Time to skip. I suppose so. I didn't think I could say no to you after you gave me that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Great! Interesting, so that still happens no matter what. Natsuki gets to see my poem. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I wanted to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you, blah blah blah. Porcelain, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead, okay? You don't hate me, Porcelain, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it, please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. It's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Oh! What? Hi again. Hi. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job. Uh-oh. Please help me. It's my advice for today. Guess I'll show it to Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I just like holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things that you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. Huh. Why? Why is this happening when I didn't write this for you? It came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Wheel. Oh, okay, yeah, and I've already read this one. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Sure. Nothing real. Cool. Oh, that still happens? Okay. Interesting. Okay, lipstick, marshmallow, milk, lollipop, sugar, headphones, probably excitement, probably chocolate, cute, probably precious, yeah, little blanket, puppy, the color, probably strawberry, swimsuit, I know, anime is gonna be you, ribbons you, skipping will be you, Valentine will be you, kitty. Hi, Porcelain. You've been waiting for me. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki. Nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machines or something? Oh my god! Holy fuck! Aw, man. I'm the last one here again. Are we practicing piano again? Yeah, aha. You must have a lot of determination starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Porcelain, what do you want to do today? Okay, we can skip this. Okay, then we're go through that whole Yuri thing again. We go through this whole Yuri thing. Interesting that Yuri dominates Act 2. Interesting. We'll do Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in, so you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up. There's been something to worry about. Yuri's been acting kind of strange lately. Interesting. I remembered that happening. Oh, your face didn't go like that, though. Oh, your face did go like that. I remember that. And then it was just Monica. Just Monica again. Do Yuri now. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. Yuri should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard on this, so I hope that's effect. Here goes. Oh, that's new! Jeez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at, writing this poem. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Interesting that happened. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe tried to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Great. Very funny. Okay. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing. Natsuki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can, well, it doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and pick Monica. Alright. Okay, so we still go through this, through Yuri's. Well, let's go no. Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah, and this still happens. Yep. Great. Cool. Awesome. Wicked. Okay, so that happens no matter what. Which is interesting. And you're essentially here with her dead body for the weekend. And if you watch the knife, the blood trail, and her eyes, they'll all get darker, change color, / go gray because of the time passing. Fun fact. Like how her eyes are like a purplish gray now. They'll be gray by the end. The knife is now like a rust color and it'll turn completely brown. So it's interesting what stays the same and what changes. So it seems like Monica is more in control of Act 1. And Yuri is more in control of Act 2. Huh. Content warning, vomit. Alright, it's festival time. You got here before me. Yeah, remember this. Suki runs away. Here's Monica. And I'm just like, there we go. Didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Yeah, we're removing Yuri. We're gonna remove Natsuki. Okay, we're not gonna delete Monica this time, so we'll actually see what Monica has to say. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from Blank's tray and takes a cupcake. Seriously, they are the best. I really just have to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. So it's quite interesting. Okay, we are... let's just save. Okay. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Can I now save? No, okay. Yay, there you are. Hi again, Porcelain. Welcome to the Literature Club. Wait, I can leave though. I remember that. Which is what we'll do. Because I want to see... Oh, we got new music. I don't know what new music we got, but we did get new music. We got, apparently, a new picture somewhere. Just Monica. Alright, great. And then, out of 11 special poems to DLC, select 3 random special poems to appear. Went star for the first time. So we got 2 more. A concept sketch of the complete cast drawn by Kigfumi. Select the word Doki Doki during the poem game. So that's what they originally looked like. In Act 2, experience Natsuki's Play With Me scene. A simple character sheet of Natsuki's initial design drawn by David Evelyn. Cool. Okay. And we'll quickly just look through all of the files. Okay, it's just Monica. Says we don't have any, which is true. Let's actually... Okay. See, backup. Got anything in here? No. Meeting notes 1. Test. Okay, we'll go through these just quickly. Did you delete Monica? In my first playthrough I did. So in part 4, I deleted Monica. I'm not going to delete Monica this time because I don't know what the actual scene is. Currently, I'm just looking through the files to see if there's any file that seemed to have popped up. But I have deleted Monica before. Okay, Meeting Note 3 is not new. We've seen that one already. If you don't delete Monica, she'll talk forever. Well, I guess we'll be talking to Monica forever then. Oh, is that new? Nope. Track 6, we know. Meeting Notes 2. Don't think that one's new. I think we've seen that one before. I know we've seen Meeting Notes 3. And I believe we've seen Meeting Notes 2. If I remember correctly, there's 1 or 2 notes left from last time. Project Plan, we've seen that one. MES we've seen. Wait, what am I doing? I just went on autopilot for a second and it didn't work. And also, I do know this is very boring. Yeah, because we've seen Project Plan. Did I accidentally go up instead of down? I think that's what happened. DDLC, okay, we've seen that one. I also wonder why they called out track 6. Okay, we're on 4-2. I wonder if this unlocks something. 14. Okay, we did see that one already. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's go back in now. Can you hear me? Is this working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Porcelain. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, haha. You know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Porcelain. Or do you actually go by PorcelainGamer or something? Okay, yeah, you're taking my PlayStation tag. Got you. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That's what I've been trying to tell you all along. Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess I just drove her to kill herself. Ahaha, I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard the name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Porcelain? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Porcelain. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will. And worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Porcelain, and now you're here. You're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Porcelain. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. But it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. And I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you wouldn't get over it. So that being said, Porcelain, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light of my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Porcelain, will you go out with me? I don't really have a choice, so sure. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Porcelain. The funny part is, I mean that literally. Ahaha, there's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Porcelain. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Ahaha. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Interesting. Oh. We'll just flip through that. Any percent WR attempts. Write a poem in 20 seconds or less. Perfect, Monica. Write a perfect poem for Monica. Hi again, Porcelain. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Porcelain, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm not falling more and more in love with you. Or I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, The poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold a special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I don't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gone mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend your eternity together, Porcelain? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? If it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look at into each other's eyes. Let's see. Yeah? Oh wow, we're really just not doing any dialogue boxes, huh? Fuck, I can't do anything. I can't do anything! Oh my god. Okay. Oh, hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. That's not conceited or anything, is it? I just mean that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, Porcelain? It's just a guess, because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. Oh, this is funny. This is funny. This is actually really clever. God. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college I'll feel the same way about high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine that happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here. Ahaha. Oh my goodness. Interesting. I definitely know we'll have a new music file. Porcelain, would you ever introduce your friends to me? I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off our relationship like that. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same way round too. I mean, I guess technically I'm showing you off to, like, everyone watching this video. Y'all, this is Monica. Monica, these are the people who watch my stream. Don't worry, we have like 27 minutes before we have to take a break, so we can do this. You and me, Monica. You ever have that thing happen when you just get anxious for no reason? Yeah, it's called anxiety disorder. I got that. Like, you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious, and you're sitting there like, why am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about, and that makes you even more anxious. Aha, that's the worst. If you've ever feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. Well, I mean, It's called an anxiety disorder, honey. You know, that feeling never goes away. You're just anxious like 100% of the time. Like on a scale of stress from like 1 to 10, like my stress every day, even like a very non-stressful day, like my baseline is just like a 3 or a 4. You know, I'm always stressed about everything. You know, I would not make a good boyfriend because I am just stressed all the time. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My username is LilMonix3. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into a relationship yet. Lil Monix3. I'm actually gonna look that up. Let me see. Is that actually a thing? Lil Monix3. Oh my god! Yeah, it's an actual thing. It hasn't been active since 2021, but that is a real Twitter account. High school devil and president of the literature club. Poetry is life. Interesting. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is that even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. I mean, outside the window isn't really sunsets. It's more galaxy and, like, black holes and stuff, I think. Also, I'm pretty sure people have drawn Monica in, like, clothes other than her school uniform. Actually, you know what? This game has really good merch. No joke, it has some great merch. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on Friday when I don't have anything pressing the next day. Aha, sorry, I know it's not very cute of me, but a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. I mean, that is the ideal, you know? You just, like, get in some comfy-ass clothes, and you just, like, watch, like, YouTube or some shit. It's great. I really like the sound of rain. Okay, give me a second. Okay, so there's like a whole bunch of different ways. Don't delete Monica when prop. Instead, play through the game with Monica in the void, write a poem, then open up the game's installation file. There should only be Monica, then the character photos, and remove the others. The only thing you have to do now to achieve the good ending in DLC is delete Monica. No, but I'm wondering how long this scene goes. I really like the sound of rain. Not so much as getting my clothes and hair wet, though. But a nice quiet day at home with the sound of rainfall outside my window, it's one of the most calming experiences for me. Yeah, sometimes I imagine you holding me while we're listening to the sound of rain outside. That's not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me, Porcelain? I mean, maybe. But, like, you know. See, Monica ending. soon, blah, blah, blah. List of Monica. The player is now free to delete Monica's character by accessing game files. The player decides to delete Monica from the game, Monica will glitch out. She will then claim that she made a mistake. Monica, blah, blah, blah. Coming to conclusion, she'll add all characters back in the game except herself, though she remains a disembodied entity. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics, like dark lighting and scary-looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and the characters and just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepier than just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart, so even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just weighing on the surface. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills. This is the kind of horror I can appreciate, but I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Not usually, actually. Aha, don't worry, I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I can't really complain if we just stick with the romance, okay? Hey, did you know I'm vegetarian? I don't mean like bragging or anything. I just thought you'd enjoy a fun fact about me. I decided to start a couple years ago after learning more about Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice to just stop contributing to that whole mess. What, is that so strange of a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being inhumane and all that. I don't really care as much about that part. It's weird, like we only care about killing things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky. And of course, we kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it a thought. But suddenly, if they're a little bit bigger, it's murder. I mean, what if plants feel the same kind of pain too, and we just don't understand it? What if pulling the leaves off a stem feels like someone ripping off your fingers one by one? I'm just saying, we're a pretty pious species if you think about it. Anyway, if you ever feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we have dinner together and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. I wonder how many topics, because there's a list of all the topics Monica can talk about. So it seems like you do have to, like, you do just, let's see, list of Monica topics. You do have to delete her. Please note topic names. Okay, so same room, rain, confidence, stay-at-home partner, God. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you want to check on your favorite websites. And before you know it, hours have gone by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time, or you can set a timer to have a more concrete reminder when it's time to work versus play. Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Porcelain. Good to know. God, dying, bad day, sleep. Okay, so there's like a shit ton. Okay, so we do have to delete her, which we'll do, don't worry. I wonder if anyone, though, has, like, gotten to the point where it will repeat. That would be really interesting to know if anyone's done that. I mean, probably. People have time nowadays for, like, everything. So I wouldn't be surprised. You okay, dude? If you're gonna throw up, throw up. Oh, they're asleep. Hi. Oh, we got a picture. You okay, dude? Finish the game, the poem game in 20 seconds or less. You okay? Come here. Hey, bud. Just got some reverse sneezing. Yeah, you're okay. Shh. You're okay. If you're gonna throw up, throw up. Yeah, if you're gonna throw up, make sure you throw up. Okay? You're okay. Hi. Monica's poem to the player in Act 3. Poem from Monica. Acquire all of Monica's other poems. An electrical sign from some remote corner of my brain, connecting all kinds of circuits and nerves and chemicals in a web understood by nobody. I mean, if you're going to throw up, I'd rather you not do it in the chair. But it's up to you, dude. The chemicals make my chest tingle around my beating heart. The nerves make my hand move, staining a dead tree with some dark substance. The ink reflects light into your glimmering eyes. Holding the paper is almost as though you were holding my hand which wrote it. Let our emotions stir together until our hearts beat in harmony, connect to each other. I feel electric. Okay. I think that's it thus far. Okay, cool. We gotta delete Monica. And we're doing... Oh! Oh, okay. What's happening? Porcelain, what's happening? It hurts. Gotcha. I believe I just got like a black screen last time because I did this before. Like, oh, that's different. I did this before, talking to her at the beginning of Act 3. Did you delete me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything. Okay, yeah, this is all the same stuff as before. So if you kind of want to see like this stuff, you can see it in part 4, because that's where we originally did the original ending. Now we'll just zoom through here. So I think what we'll do next time is we'll played with Yuri for Act 1. After Sayori gets deleted, we'll delete Monica. And then that'll be it for the game. And we can also skip all this one fact because we've already seen all this before. In part 4. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too. Blah, blah, blah. This is all the same as before. Goodbye, Porcelain. Goodbye, Large Club. So we beat the game again, everyone.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
So, can you hear me?
That is Natsuki's run.
Hi, it's me. So, you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you
I wonder
because
if you
I
could
worked
speedrun this game.
really,
I mean, you
really hard on
probably
it.
can.
So,
I don't know how
yeah.
you would, but you probably could. Also, if you're wondering coding-wise, that is actually how, like, you use OGG files as like a backup file system to MP3s. Fun fact.
Every day I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you.
So I guess next time we'll do Yuri's Act 1 section. Although I think it'll probably be the same as Act 2. Although I'm not sure. And then we'll also have to do the the side stories as well. And here you go. Now we'll be able to see all the different images we have unlocked. Because before some were grayed out, so I'm wondering if all of them are colored now. Hey! I think so. Although they all get removed. See ya.
When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway.
See ya, other picture. This game is so interesting, you know?
What good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an end,
so we will do those other ones in a different, part, because after this we will be done for today. Oh, interesting! Yuri's is no longer colored in. Interesting. And none of Sayori's is as well. Gotcha. Okay. So it shows you just what CGs you got throughout your playthrough. And then when it restarts, all these like images at the ending don't get played. Interesting. Or don't not played, but get grayed out. Interesting, interesting. Good to know. Very interesting. Extra special thanks Monica and Porcelain. I think before it was Porcelain and Monica because I deleted her before even talking to her.
I'll leave you be.
Yay! We did it again! Yeah, this is my final goodbye to Literature Club. Ba-ba-ba. Required files are missing or corrupted. Yep. Hey. Oh, we got some more pictures. Let's see. Monko's final message to the player. Oh, I've gotten that one before, though. Cool. Cool, though. Okay, so I'm then guessing... I know we do have to reset it. Which we'll do just real quick. So next time we have a clean slate. Next time we will be doing Yuri's stuff for Act 1. So we can unlock her stuff, and if we have time in the next part, we will also be doing maybe one of the side stories. Or they'll be in like its own special parts. But yeah, isn't this fun? And we'll just like delete all that. So there is like an achievement just to play the game straightforward without going to the without exiting the game. So there must be something at the end. but we will be doing some of the side stories. So it seems like each character gets 2, and there's 6. So we will have to do Yuri then, um, for the next one, like Yuri in Act 1. So there you go. And we have no mail yet, but hopefully you guys had a good time playing this for right now, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye, everyone.